The materials were assigned already and we're about to start a rendering. And the last thing to do is the arrangement of the camera position. And as you can see here, it's not a real proper arrangement yet. Therefore, you would probably turn that object around like that. The view can be aligned via right mouse button, and via right click, hold, drag it to the bottom left, you will fit everything into the screen. To increase the effect of realism, you can additionally enable the perspective here. Thereby the three-dimensional impression will increase. If we now additionally rotate this a little bit by, for example, use of the view triad, so the natural impression will be increased because it's no more a 100% alignment. If you hold down your middle and left mouse button, you can zoom very finely. Compared to using the mouse wheel, the movement resolution is much finer. Then at some point you have reached a position with which you are satisfied and can now start the rendering. Let's just assume that we will create multiple renderings with different materials but same position for example, a catalog. We must, however, make sure that we will no longer change this position and alignment. And of course, there is a possibility to save this state of alignment by use of cameras. And that's what this video is all about. Maybe you have already discovered that below the Home tab in the Studio task, we also have the opportunity to convince a camera position via Capture and Added Camera. And it doesn't matter whether you do it with this button here or a right-click on Camera Create. In principle, there is nothing else we have to define now because we already did that. It is, so to speak, the currently active alignment captured automatically. And you could still twist the objects here in 3D. However, you should not rotate them in preview window because otherwise you actually change the position again. As you can see here very well, a camera points towards an object. And of course we should also name that, and I just call it rendering. And via middle mouse button, this camera position will be stored. And the advantage now is that you can do anything else because the camera position was stored. And via double click on this already stored camera position, you can restore this original situation again. And in the case of cataloging, where you simply use multiple materials, for example, you always have the same frame